guys, so if you've seen my review of the Specialized S-Works helmet, you know that I don't like it. So I ordered a Giro Aerohead Ultimate MIPs, that's this huge long name, which I'm really excited, and it came today. Let's take a look.
Okay guys, I am super excited about this helmet. If you saw my review in the S-Works TT helmet, you understand I just decided I just really don't like it, and I just kind of ignored it. I've heard tons of really great things about the Giro. It seems like a lot of the things that were irritating me about the Specialized TT helmet seem to be solved with the Giro Aerohead Ultimate MIPs. It's a long name. Similar to the Specialized, it comes in this really nice case. Open it up. See, this is what's really exciting right here is, if you saw, one of my complaints was there was no place to put the two lenses. And if you look here, there is a place here for both lenses. So there's two lenses. There is a clear lens, and these are Carl Zeiss lenses. Anybody who knows the optics or for hunting, I think Quarq is also Carl Zeiss, I want to say. Really clear optics. It's got this carbon matte finish and the MIPs inside. If you remember with my Specialized TT helmet, putting it on was like, you know, trying to bring the flaps over to get around my ears. So that went on super easy. There was nothing to bother my ears. Oh yeah. So there's padding inside the helmet, which seems to make it really comfortable, much more comfortable than the Specialized. And then one of the issues that I had with the Specialized was getting the visor on and off, because it was like this clip-in thing. So let's see, these are magnets. Oh yeah, that was super easy to get on. So you can also take it off and put it up there. Dude, this is super easy. And the lens is really, really clear. Again, Carl Zeiss lenses. So let's see how this does, how this works here. I'm gonna go into the full TT position. Yeah, that seems to be closer to my back. So one of the issues, if you saw the video, again, I keep mentioning it, is that it didn't really go up against my back, and if I dip my head too much, the peak really came up on the Specialized. So this is much more comfortable. So as part of this Giro Ultimate Aerohead MIPs TT helmet, such a long, why the long name? So aside from the TT helmet review for the Giro, I am going to show you my TT setup. I am running a CeramicSpeed oversized pulley wheel, gold KMC 10-speed chain. This is a 10-speed setup, and it's all Dura-Ace Di2. I have a Quarq power meter, and this is a DZero carbon crank, dual-sided power meter. And I have SRAM Aero chain rings. I think they look really cool. I don't know how much faster they are, but I think, hey, why not? So I'm running CeramicSpeed for the bottom bracket as well, and like you saw, the oversized pulley wheel. And I had ceramic Kogel bearings before for the pulley wheels, the regular size ones, and also for the bottom bracket. But when I changed cranks, I had to change out the bottom bracket, and since I was getting an oversized pulley wheel from CeramicSpeed, I decided to just go ahead and change the whole thing out. And honestly, there's a noticeable difference. I mean, it's just so smooth. People have often talked about the shifting with using an oversized pulley wheel, and the shifting has been fine. But then again, this is a TT bike and not a road bike, so there isn't a ton of shifting. I am running a 55 chainring, and so I'm doing something that the mechanics at the bike shop weren't really crazy about, which is I have a 55 chainring, and on the inside I have a 39 as opposed to, I think, a 42. It works fine, it shifts. They were actually like really surprised. The reason I have that is because I have a couple of TTs that have a little bit of a climb in it that I do during the year, and so I rarely ever go to that smaller chainring. I have these Zipp Aero bars, and I am running Di2 Dura-Ace shifters from the top. Another thing that I am doing, because I have some little hacks, because this is a 2012 Trek Speed Concept 9.9, and because I have a 10-speed Di2, the traditional battery that you would put in a seat post doesn't work. There's only an 11-speed battery for Di2, and so it's not compatible with the connections for a 10-speed Dura-Ace Di2. But So what you can do is you can splice the wires and you can get an 11-speed connector that goes into the battery that works for the 11-speed for a seat post battery. And then you can splice that into your 10-speed setup and it works just fine. The Di2 box is actually stored in here. So one of the challenges that you have with TT is getting a mount here to put your computer. Usually you have to run it kind of low, and if you're lucky, depending on the bars, you might be able to get it up a little bit higher up here. So what you have to do is you're like having to like look down to see your power numbers, and that doesn't work. So I did a little research and I was like, well, what do the pros do? I basically took a piece of carbon and then mounted it up here with some zip ties, drilled into this so that I could get my Wahoo mount on it. I am running a zip disc in the back with an 1128 cassette. So I have, instead of running oil on my chain, I am running wax. It's a rub-on wax. It's not the meltdown kind. It's supposed to save watts. It does seem to run smoother and quieter. On the front, I have an 808 disc. I am using Specialized the S-Works 7 shoes, and I am using Rule 28 socks, Aero socks. I've actually done some testing, and what I have found is that using shoe covers, for me, aren't faster. It's faster to use the shoes just by themselves and use the Aero socks. So the other thing that I use are the Rule 28 Aero gloves, and you notice it looks like the gloves are too small or too short. It's actually made that way so that when you're holding on to the TT bike, the airflow comes around and doesn't get caught in your hands. I'm running a BioRacer speed suit, and which has been tested to be super fast. So today I'm going to take the Giro TT helmet out for a first spin and give you guys my impressions. So far, I really like it. I rode it just up and down the street, and I love the full view because you have that the big visor, and you can just see so much better than with some of the other TT helmets. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a look at my TT setup and my new Giro helmet and what I thought of it. Really love the helmet. Checks all the boxes for me. So the thing with TT is there's a lot of fiddling with position and equipment and testing to see which one faster, what works for you, because what works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. So I hope you enjoyed that and you got an idea of the type of stuff that I run for TT. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.